Hello everyone, this is Deb. This is the Paige and Peggy card collaboration for the 31st of January, which is Christmas cards. And for this week, it was optional to use foliage like trees. I'm trying to find a... Let's see, it said, for example, Christmas tree, poinsettia, pine boughs, etc. Well, I used holly. And so I think that's foliage. And I used primarily this Stampin' Up! Set called Hollyberry Happiness. I did not use the coordinating punch. What I used out of it is this set of holly leaves, and I used two sentiments out of it, which was best wishes for the season and may the happiness of family, the joys of friendship, and the warmth of love surround you this season. And that's all I used out of there. And I also used this Spellbinders, what is it called? Jolly Holly. And it's actually 3 separate holly leaves. They're not connected. Sort of a holly center, and then these are 3 individual little holly berries as well. And I used all of that. And the paper I used for the holly leaves was the lighter green color, this color, out of this Recollections holiday cardstock paper. But the red was out of the leftover sparkle paper from that Target Christmas paper pad I've been trying to use up, and that was already used. I also used Coordinations Premium Cardstock in white, and I also used 3 green and 2 red Coordinations A2 cards and envelopes, both of them. Okay, so that's it for the papers and things. And then I also used Memento Cottage Ivy ink. Love these little inks. I used peeled paint to stress the oxide, mostly to go around the edges, and on some of the leaves I did too. I used my Martha Stewart embossing stylus set. I believe it was this one. I used 2 of my Prismacolor Premier pencils, and I used lime peel and olive green. And I also used pine needles in Tim Holtz Distress Marker, and a little bit here and there of antique linen distress marker. I used some Offray sparkly gold thin ribbon, and I used tiny little red dots like this out of here, but I ran out after 2 cards and I had 1 dot left, and it just happened to really match the color of these, so there was a row of them here, and I used 6, 7. I used 6 there and 1 there. So out of this Bow Bunny pack, these other ones were Studio G, so Hampton Art, distributed by, I don't know where I got them. I think Walmart. And these I probably got online. Bow Bunny Double Dot Jewels, they were called, and Ruby Red. And I think that's mostly it. So all the cards are pretty much the same, except 2 of them are on green cardstock, and 2 of them are on, 3 of them are on green, 2 of them are on red. And without further ado, I'll show you what I made. This is what they look like. It says best wishes for the holiday season. These 3 are the Spellbinders. These 2 are the stamped and colored in Now, one thing I didn't do, which I wanted to do, but I couldn't find it, and I didn't feel like digging through this whole room, is I wanted to use Gamsol on those leaves, because I'm just learning to color. But I stamped them in the Memento Cottage Ivy, and then it already had little lines there, but I went over them with the olive green, and then I used the lighter lime peel. On these particular leaves, I used the stylus, and I don't really know why I did that, other than to know where the lines were, because it already had embossing on it. And then on this one, I actually went over the light green paper that I used with this antique linen, and also then drew the lines in with this pine needles. And then this is the round part, and then there's 3 bumped up holly berries on there, and then the little bow and the little bling dots, just 1 in each corner, because I just felt like it needed something else. And then the inside is the may the happiness of family, the joys of friendship, and the warmth of love surround you this season. And then, oh, and these, I also felt like it needed something there. I had these sticker packs from Paper Studio Stickabilities, and I used them all up. Those little holly berries were over along this edge, and there were 5 per pack, and I had 2 packs, so it worked out fine because I only have 5 cards and I needed 2 for each, so I put 1 in each opposite corner. And that's really it. Oh, this is the 110-pound cardstock, which I hadn't been using. I've just been using 65-pound. Oh my goodness, what a difference it is. And oh, and I used my this is my good glue, art glitter glue, you know, fine tip nib, and I glued all these down with that instead of my tape runner, which I'm finding I like better because I have a little bit more time to position things better. So this is the next one. The only difference is I did not color over the paper with any kind of marker like this, like I did on the other one. Same basic thing. This one is the same, except I daubed the leaves with a little bit of this peeled paint. Oh, and on the white edges, on the green ones, I ran around the edges with the peeled paint of the white paper, not on the green, because I thought the little bit of light green showed up better against the dark green paper. On the red ones, I went around the edges with the pine needles around the white, and you can barely see it, but it's there. So this one I showed you. This one, the same again. This one I didn't do anything to the leaves except the pine needles to draw the lines in, and I think the same. Oh no, this one, I think I had a different marker because I went over it with light, but I don't know which one that is because I don't remember, guys. It might have been the antique linen, just where the lines were, and then I went over it with pine needles because there's something in the background on that one. So that is my project for January 31st with Paige and Peggy. I will put a link to them below. I know they have a lot of other people that have joined in also, but I don't know who they all are. So go watch Paige or Peggy's projects, and they may have links to other people. I don't know, but it's primarily them, and some of us have just joined in to build up our stash for next Christmas. So I'm pretty happy with it. I'm very slow. Like the first card is the slowest because I have to figure out what I'm going to do. And this time I had decided before I started, they're all going to be the same pretty much because I don't have time to make. The thing that takes me the longest is the design, pulling out the goodies, and, you know, just deciding what I'm going to do. Then once I have that, I can kind of get an assembly line going and do it a little faster. But that first card usually takes me an hour or two, and then the other ones go bippity bop bop. It still takes some time because the coloring takes time. You know, I have to cut the paper did stamping, but I did use my, where did it go? My Stmpgrl thingy. No, it's not. That's not what it's called. Oh, shoot. It's from We Are Memory Keepers. They don't make it anymore. The stamp platform thing. It's sort of like the Tim Holtz one, which I haven't opened yet, actually, and I still have. Here it is. This thing. I use this. I'm sorry. It's Stamp Perfect by Hampton Art. I apologize. It's not We Are Memory Keepers. So, yeah, this one I used, and it works okay. It squeaks a lot, but it did the job. And I used my little cutter, which I'm thinking is not cutting straight lines. Something, because I looked at the papers on my graph, and they're like, that's not straight. So I had to cut a few down a little further. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, please just move along. Or leave me a comment why you didn't like it. Don't give me a thumbs down, because that hurts. That hurts. It really does. Yeah, unless you want to hurt me, in which case, you know, that's your business. But if you're here to hurt me, move on anyway. So, yeah. Sorry, I don't want to be negative. I had fun. I enjoy learning different things. I tried different techniques. I tried some different techniques. Even I used water with the, that's what I did on that one. On this one, I used my water brush, which I don't know what I just did with. Here it is. I put it in the wrapper. This, who's this by? Tim Holtz water brush. How about that? And it has water in it. That's why I put it in the plastic. And what I did is I just dabbed it on the peeled rain, and I went down the lines. I don't know if you can see in these bigger leaves. There's like a lighter green behind it. That's what I did. I put some peeled paint in the creases before I did the forest green. So, yeah. I need a little work on my techniques there, but I'm pretty happy with them. So, take care, guys. Have a great Sunday. No, when am I here? Wednesday. Great Wednesday. And enjoy the rest of your week. And stay warm, stay safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.